Tracking. Oh, except that spread. We'll fix it.
The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see.
Why spot
O
live
Lord,
online
how
under the
long
game
shall I
Euro Truck
cry,
Simulator
and thou wilt
2.
not hear?
The uptime begin.
Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall sup up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing this his power unto his God. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, mine Holy One? We shall not die. O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment, and, O mighty God, thou hast established them for correction. Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devoureth the man that is more righteous than he, and makest men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no ruler over them? They take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net, and gather them in their drag. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Therefore they sacrifice unto their net, and burn incense unto their drag, because by them their portion is fat, and their meat plenteous. Shall they therefore empty their net, and not spare continually to slay the nations? I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house, by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood, and stablisheth the city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Ooh.
For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, Awake, to the dumb stone, Arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, upon Shigionoth. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy. God came from Timon, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Selah. His glory covered the heavens. The earth was full of his praise, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered, the perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? Thy bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes, even thy word, Selah. Thou didst cleave the earth with rivers. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. The deep uttered his voice, and lifted up his hands on high. The sun and moon stood still in their habitation. At the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointing. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked, by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Selah. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villagers. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly. Thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses, through the heap of great waters. When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fail, and the fields shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. The Lord God is my strength, and he will make my feet like hinds' feet, and he will make me to walk upon mine high places. To the chief singer on my stringed instruments. The word of the Lord which came unto Zephaniah, the son of Cushai, the son of Gedaliah, the son of Amariah, the son of Hezekiah, in the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven, and the fishes of the sea, and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. I will also stretch out mine hand upon Judah, and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, and the name of the Chemarims with the priests, and them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and swear by the Lord, and that swear by Malcolm, and them that have turned back from the Lord, and those that have not sought the Lord, nor inquired for him. Hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord God, for the day of the Lord is at hand. For the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice, he hath bid his guests. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice, that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. In the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Howl, ye inhabitants of Maktish, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe to the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of the Kerethites. The word of the Lord is against you, O Canaan, the land of Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant. And the sea coast shall be dwellings and cottages for shepherds, and folds for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon. In the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening, for the Lord their God shall visit them, and turn away their captivity. I have heard the reproach of Moab, and the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people, and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have approached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts. The Lord will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the isles of the heathen. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword. And he will stretch out his hand against the north, and destroy Assyria, and will make Nineveh a desolation, and dry like a wilderness, and flocks shall lie down in the midst of her, all the beasts of the nations. Both the cormorant and the bitter shall lodge in the upper lintels of it. Their voice shall sing in the windows. Desolation shall be in the thresholds, for he shall uncover the cedar work. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. How is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Every one that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his hand. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to her God. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves. They gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. I said, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever, I punished them. But they rose early, and corrupted all their doings. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, to serve him with one consent. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thine enemy. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil any more. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Fear thou not, and to Zion, let not thine hands be slack. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. In the second year of Darius the king, in the 6th month, in the 1st day of the month, came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet unto Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua the son of Josedech, the high priest, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, This people say, The time is not come, the time that the Lord's house should be built. Then came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet, saying, Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Now therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Consider your ways. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Consider your ways. Go up to the mountains, and bring wood, and build the house. And I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith the Lord. He looked for much, and lo, it came to little. And when he brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why, saith the Lord of hosts? Because of mine house that is waste, and ye run every man to his own house. Therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruit. And I called for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil,
Hey
and
mate,
upon
need to
that
get
which
these
the ground
notifications
bringeth
working.
forth,
I'm always
and upon
late.
men, and upon cattle, and upon all the
Really?
labor of their hands. Then
My
Zerubbabel,
Twitch
the son of
notifications
Shealtiel,
used to
and
be
Joshua the son of
do
Josedech,
like
the high
literally
priest, with all the remnant of the
8
people,
hours late.
obeyed the voice of the
I'll
Lord
stay.
their God, and the
So,
words of Haggai the prophet, as the Lord their God
what's going
had
on,
sent
Major?
him. And the people did fear
We're not here
before
for
the
long
Lord.
at the moment.
Then spake Haggai, the Lord's messenger, in the Lord's message unto the people, saying, I am with you, saith
I
the
mean,
Lord.
you're here, which
And
is
the Lord stirred up the spirit of
great.
Zerubbabel, the son of
Major, where are
Shealtiel,
we?
governor of
We're
Judah,
in
and the
Brazil.
spirit of Joshua, the son
Somewhere.
of Josedech, the high priest,
Somewhere
and the
in
spirit
Brazil.
of all the remnant of the people. And they came and did work
It's
in
a
the house of the
4-hour
Lord of
trip.
hosts, their God. In the 20th day of the 6th month, in the 2nd year of Darius.
Thinking
the
of
king.
selling the Mercedes. Well, retiring it.
In the 7th month, in the 21st day of the month, came the word of the Lord by the prophet Haggai, saying, Speak now to Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua the son of Josedech, the high priest, and to the residue of the people, saying,
What
Who
is
is
going
left
on there?
among you that saw this house in her first glory?
You
And
got
how
200
do ye
gallons.
see it now? Is it not in your eyes in comparison of it as nothing? Yet now be strong,
Major,
O Zerubbabel,
when you planning
saith the
on
Lord,
playing
and
Sea
be
of
strong,
Pushbags?
O Joshua, son of Josedech,
I don't
the
know,
high
mate. I'll
priest.
be streaming
And be
ETS
strong,
tonight,
all ye people of
probably.
the land, saith the Lord, and work. For I am with you, saith
I
the
don't
Lord
know,
of
after
hosts,
church,
according
tell
to
you
the
what, we'll
word
play
that I
some
covenanted
douchebags.
with you when ye came out of Egypt.
But
So my
can you
spirit
get Dark
remaineth among you.
Protection and
Fear
what's her
ye
name?
not. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yet once, it is a little while,
I forget her
and I
name
will
now.
shake the heavens and the earth and the sea, and the
plays with
dry
Dark.
land, and I will shake all
The
Major,
chatty
Amy.
one.
and the
Yeah,
desire
that's
of
it,
the
Amy,
nations
the chatty
shall
one,
come.
yeah.
And I will fill this house
It's
with
content,
glory,
believe you
saith
me.
the Lord of hosts.
Major,
The
all
Because we've
right.
got you, who's
and
quirky,
gold is mine,
right?
saith
Okay,
the
we've
Lord
got
of
Dark,
hosts.
who's grounded
The
and
glory
normal.
of this latter house
And then
shall be
she's the
greater
blabby
than
one.
of the former, saith
And
the
I'm
Lord
the
of
crazy
hosts.
one.
And in this place will
You got
I
it
give
all.
peace,
You know what I mean?
saith the Lord
Everything
of
you need
hosts.
for galley and
In the
destruction.
24th day
So
of
about
the
9
9th
o'clock my
month,
time,
in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord by Haggai
9,
the prophet,
half
saying,
9,
Thus saith
10
the Lord of
o'clock
hosts,
tops.
Ask now the
I'm not going to
priests
bother unbolting my
concerning the
wheel
law,
though.
saying,
Do you like my new camera angle?
if one bear holy
It
flesh
stops the
in the
glitching
skirt
of
his
the
garment,
wheel disappearing
and
into
with
the
his
matrix.
skirt do touch bread or pottage or wine or oil or any meat,
Major,
shall
yes,
it be
good.
holy? And the
Yeah.
priests answered and said, no.
I mean, it cuts off my
Then said
chin,
Haggai,
but
if one
it
that
is
is
what it is.
unclean by a dead body touch any of these, shall it be unclean?
no double
The
chin
priests
technology,
answered
mate.
and said,
You know?
it shall be
That's what
unclean.
gets you the follows, right?
Then answered Haggai
So
and
what's the
said,
deal on the bid for this
So
wheel?
is
Don't
this
lose the bid,
people.
bro.
And so
Get
is
that
this
920.
nation before me.
Hopefully
saith
it
the
won't be
Lord.
too wrecked, but
And
you
so
can
is
service and
every work
maintenance
of
these
their
wheels.
hands, and that which they offer
They're
is unclean.
quite common.
And now I pray you, consider
Hopefully you
from
don't
this
have any
day
sheared
and
gears. If you don't have any
from
sheared
before
gears, you're
a
good.
stone was laid upon a stone in the temple.
The rest will be
Major,
sorted.
don't
Since
worry, I
those
got
days
time, I
were
ain't gonna lose
when
it.
one came to
Okay.
a heap of 20
Make sure you
measures,
don't.
there were but 10. When
Do
came
you
to
have
the
a cheap
press
webcam
to
for
draw
your
out 50 vessels out of
PC?
the press, there were but
something that
20.
will work on your Xbox is
I
ideal
smote
if
you
you're going to
with
buy
blasting
something.
and with mildew and with hail in all the labors of your
It'll
hands.
work on Xbox and
Yet
PC.
it turned not unto me.
Self a camera.
Major, no, I don't.
Consider
Okay.
now from this day.
That's what you want to
and
look for, is a
upward,
cheap
from
bid
the
on a
4 and
webcam
20th day
nearby.
of the 9th month,
I've got a
even from the day that the
C922
foundation
Pro
of the
Logitech.
Lord's temple was laid.
That's what I use.
Consider it. Is the seed yet in
I'm
the
not sure if
vine?
that works on
Yea,
Xbox, but it
as
should
yet the
do.
vine and the fig tree and the pomegranate and the olive tree hath not brought forth. From this day will I bless you.
See, you've got all
Again,
this
the word of the
space.
Lord came unto Haggai in the 4 and 20th day of the month, saying, Speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, saying, I will shake the heavens and the earth, and I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the
Okay,
horses
here we
and
go.
their
Risking the
riders shall
biscuit.
come
There's a
down,
right turn coming
every
up.
one by
Square
the
right.
sword of his brother.
I was racing on the ProMods
In that
server
day,
at
saith the Lord of
150
hosts,
kilometers
will I
an
take
hour
thee,
in
O
Iveco
Zerubbabel, my servant,
last night.
the son of Shealtiel,
That's
saith
on
the Lord,
YouTube.
and I
Check
will make
that out.
thee as a signet, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord of hosts. In the 8th month, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo the prophet, saying, The Lord hath been sore displeased with your fathers. Therefore say thou unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye unto
Yeah,
me,
the old
saith
driving,
Lord of
mate.
hosts, and I will turn
You want to
unto
look for
you,
the
saith
sale
the
as
Lord of
well, the
hosts.
Steam sale for
Be ye not as your
ETS2.
fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried,
You want to
saying,
look out for that.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Turn ye now from your evil ways and from your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord. Your fathers, where are they? And the prophets, do they live
Major,
forever?
yet I got my eyes on the
But
sale.
my words and my statutes, which I
Good, but you
commanded my
followed
servants
it
the
and
prophets,
wish listed
did they
it.
not take hold
Steam
of your
should
fathers?
tell you.
And they returned and said,
Idealistically, you're
Like
looking
as
for
the Lord of hosts
75%
thought
off
to
at
do unto
least.
us, according to our ways and according to our doings, so hath he dealt with us. Upon the
But yeah,
4th and
when does
20th
the
day of
bid
11th
expire
month,
for the wheel?
which is the month Siebert, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo the prophet, saying, I saw by night, and behold a man riding upon a red horse, and he stood among the myrtle trees that were in the bottom, and behind him were their red horses.
Major,
speckled
it says
and
71
white.
hours.
Okay, great.
Then
What
said
is it
I,
up to?
O my Lord, what are these? And the angel that talked with me said unto me, I will show thee what these be.
Is there any
And
details
stood
on
among
it?
the
Like, does it
trees,
say there's any
answered and said,
defects or any
These are they
problems?
whom the Lord hath
What
sent
condition it's
to
in?
walk
If it's
to
got
and
box
fro through the
instructions,
earth.
blah blah blah.
And
Which
they
don't
answered
need.
the angel of the Lord that stood among the
Major,
myrtle trees and
50.
said,
Okay,
We have
nice.
walked to and
Hopefully
fro
he'll
through the
really
earth,
sell it.
and
you know?
behold, all the earth sitteth still and is at rest.
And hopefully it won't
And the
be
angel
too
of the Lord
busted
answered and said, O Lord of hosts,
if it is
how
in bad
long
condition.
wilt
If
thou
it's
have
in really
mercy
good
upon
condition, you're
Jerusalem,
alright.
and on the cities
What you
of
need
Judah,
is a tin of
against
electrical
which thou hast
contact
had
cleaner,
indignation, these 3
And some
years,
99.9% proof
the Lord
alcohol.
answered the angel that talked with me.
Don't
with
drink
good
that, it's got
words
poison in it,
and
right?
comfortable words. So the
Let's
angel
kill the
that communed with
alkies.
me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Trust me,
I
I
am
know.
jealous for Jerusalem and for
Major,
Zion with
I
a
have
great
messaged them
jealousy.
because in the title it
And I am
says
very
steering
sore
wheel,
displeased with
but
the
no
heathen
mention of
that are
pedals.
at ease.
However, on the
For I
pictures
was
it
but
has
a little
both.
displeased, and they
Okay.
helped forward the
But
affliction.
yeah, you want the wheel and pedals.
Therefore
Have
thus
you looked
saith the
into
Lord,
getting the H box?
I am
Because
returned to
without the
Jerusalem
shifter,
with mercies.
it's pretty
My
worthless.
house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line
Be
shall be
honest with
stretched
you.
forth upon Jerusalem. Cry yet, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, My cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and the Lord shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem. Then lifted I up mine eyes and saw, and behold 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, What be these? And he answered me,
Major,
104
yeah,
bells.
but they're all around 100.
Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. And the Lord
What,
showed
the
me 4
shifters?
carpenters.
Oh,
Then
dear.
said I, What come these to do? And he spake, saying, These are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head. But these are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah, to scatter it.
You can see that I've got the input
I
thing.
lifted
It
up
only
mine
runs
eyes
to 10
again and
FPS.
And behold,
So
a
don't
man with a
own the
measuring
activation,
line
don't have
in
a
his
key
hand.
for it.
Then said I, Whither goest thou? And he said unto me, To measure Jerusalem, to see what is the breadth thereof, and what is the length thereof. And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him, and said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, for the multitude of men and cattle therein. For I, saith the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her. Ho, ho, come forth, and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. For I
Ding,
have
ding,
spread
ding.
you abroad as the 4 winds of the heaven, saith the Lord.
Ding.
Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon.
You gonna ding ding?
For thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Ding.
After the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple
Yeah.
of his eye. For behold, I will
Right,
shake
so
my
I've got to run
hand
to
upon them,
church
and they shall be a spoil to their
in-
servants, and ye shall know that the Lord of
We'll
hosts
find out how long.
hath sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion.
About half
For
hour.
lo,
Less
I
than half
come,
hour.
and I will dwell in the midst of thee,
You
saith
get a
the
few
Lord.
more miles in.
And many nations shall be joined to the Lord in that day, and shall be my people. And I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto thee. And the Lord shall inherit Judah, his portion in the Holy Land,
We had a
and
knock
shall
on
choose
something.
Jerusalem again.
I don't have to keep right,
Be silent,
straight on.
but we
O
will
all
take a right.
flesh, before the Lord, for he is raised up
Right.
out of his holy habitation. And he showed me Joshua,
yeah,
the
gotta
high
love the
priest,
old
standing
trucking,
before the
mate.
angel of the Lord.
I was
and
proper
Satan
bricking it on the
standing at
ProMods
his right
server,
hand
man.
to resist
That
him.
was interesting.
And the Lord said unto Satan,
It's a bit boring without the
The
traffic
Lord
on, though.
rebuke thee, O Satan.
I've turned traffic
Even
down
the
to
Lord that hath chosen
25%.
Jerusalem rebuke thee.
The
Is not
absolute
this a
max.
brand plucked
Because
out
of
of the fire?
performance and stuff.
Now Joshua was clothed
Got
with
the level
filthy
of
garments,
detail
and stood before the angel.
set
And he
to
answered and spake unto
50%
those that
as
stood
well.
before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, Behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with a change of raiment. And I said, Let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head, and clothed him with garments. And the
Biscuit
angel
in
of
the
the
biscuit.
Lord stood by. And the angel of the Lord protested unto Joshua, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, If thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by. Hear now, O Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For behold, I will bring forth my
Okay, we're at a
servant,
border.
the branch. For behold the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Lord of hosts.
Passport check.
And I will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, shall he call every man his neighbor under the vine and under the fig tree. And the angel that talked with me came again and waked me, as a man that is wakened out of his sleep, and said unto me, What seest thou? And I said, I have
Yeah,
looked,
you see
and
me
behold, a candlestick all of
changing
gold,
the gears
with a
and
bowl upon the
clutching.
top of it, and his 7 lamps thereon, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps which are upon the
All
top
the
thereof,
things.
and 2 olive trees by it, one on the right side of the bowl, and the other upon the left side thereof. So I answered and spake to the angel that talked with
See
me,
my
saying,
inputs.
What are these, my lord? Then the angel that talked with me answered and said unto me, Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my lord.
Oh,
Then
bit
he
wide.
answered and spake unto me, saying,
Scrape the trailer
This
on
is
that.
the
thing.
word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Who art thou, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it. Moreover the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house. His hands shall also finish it. And thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto you. For who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice, and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth. Then answered I and said unto him, What are these 2 olive trees upon the right
Curious
side?
actually as to what my
and upon the
audio's
left
like.
side thereof? And I answered
You can
again
hear
and
me
said unto
alright?
him, What be these 2 olive branches, which through the 2 golden
Wind the
pipes
windows down and
into
make the
the
truck
golden
really
bowl
loud.
out of themselves? And he answered me and said, Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my lord. Then said he, These are the 2 anointed ones, that stand by the Lord of the whole earth. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. Then the angel that talked with me
South
went
America,
forth and
red
said
light,
unto
it'll be
me,
fine.
Lift up now thine eyes, and see what is this that goeth forth. And I said, What is it? And he said, This is an ephah that goeth forth. He said, moreover, This is their resemblance through all the earth. And, behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah. And he said, This is wickedness. And he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast the weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. Then lifted I up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out 2 women, and the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork. And they lifted up the ephah between the earth and the heaven. Then said I to the angel that talked with me, Whither do these bear the ephah? And he said unto me, To build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established and set upon her own base. I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains,
Excellent.
and the mountains were mountains of brass.
we're in a
In the
thunderstorm.
first chariot were red horses, and in the second chariot
Now I've
black
gotta
horses,
go.
and in the third chariot white horses, and in the fourth chariot grizzled and bay horses. Then I answered and said unto the angel that talked with me, What are these, my lord? And the angel answered and said unto me, These are the 4 spirits of the heavens, which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth. The black horses which are therein go forth into the north country, and the white go forth after them, and the grizzled go forth toward the south country. And the bay went forth, and sought to go that they might walk to and fro through the earth. And he said, Get you hence, walk to and fro through the earth. So they walked to and fro through the earth. Then cried he upon me, and spake unto me, saying, Behold, these that go toward the north country have quieted my spirit in the north country. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Half past.
Take of them of the
Got
captivity,
15 minutes and I've
even
got to
of
run.
Heldai, and Tobijah, and of Jediah, which are come from Babylon, and come thou the same day, and go into the house of Josiah, the son of Zephaniah. Then take silver and gold, and make crowns, and set them upon the head of Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts,
You guys
saying,
risk the biscuit.
Behold the man whose name is the branch, and he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon
Yeah,
his
boy.
throne. And he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the counsel of peace shall be between them both. And the crowns shall be to Helam, and to
WiseBot 1
Tobijah,
viewers,
to Jediah,
plus
and to
1,
Hen, the son of
41 minutes
Zephaniah,
and
for
45
a memorial
seconds.
in the temple of the Lord. And they that are far off shall come and build the temple of the Lord. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto you. And this shall come to pass, if ye will diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God. And it came to pass in the 4th year of King Darius, that the word of the Lord came unto Zechariah in the 4th day of the 9th month, even in Chislew, when they had sent unto the house of God Sherezer and Regimelech and their men to pray before the Lord, and to speak unto the priests which were in the house of the Lord of hosts, and to the prophets, saying, Should I weep in the 5th month, separating myself, as I have done these so many years? Then came the word of the Lord of hosts unto me, saying, Speak unto all the people of the land, and to the priests, saying, When ye fasted and mourned in the 5th and 7th month, even those 70 years, did ye at all fast unto me, even to me? And when ye did eat, and when ye did drink, did not ye eat for yourselves, and drink for yourselves? Should ye not hear the words which the Lord hath cried by the former prophets, when Jerusalem was inhabited and in prosperity, and the cities thereof round about her, when men inhabited the south and the plain? And the word of the Lord came unto Zechariah, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, Execute true judgment, and show mercy and compassions every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart. But they refused to hearken, and pulled away the shoulder, and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts hath sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. Therefore it is come to pass, that as he cried, and they would not hear,
There we go.
so
Couple of
they cried,
screenshots.
and I would
Right,
not hear,
I've got to run.
saith the Lord of hosts. But I scattered them with a whirlwind
Better
among
open
all
this
the
up.
nations whom they knew not. Thus the
Better
land
open
was
this up.
desolate after them, that no man
Let's
passed
find a
through, nor
bro.
returned,
Need to find a
for they
bro
laid
quick.
the pleasant land
Is there a bro on?
desolate.
We need to do
Again the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Toshi's
I was
playing
jealous for
chess.
Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. Thus saith the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, There shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, If it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith the Lord of hosts? Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
He's
Behold,
on
I will
camera.
save my people from the east country and from the west country,
Yeah,
and I
do.
will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem.
We've got to go.
And they shall be my people,
I don't want
and
to be
I will be
late.
their God, in truth and in righteousness. Thus saith the Lord of
So what
hosts,
can I say?
Let your
Other than
hands
God
be
bless,
strong,
I will
ye
talk
that
to you
hear
later,
in these
Major.
days these words by the mouth of the
God
prophets,
willing.
which were in the day that the foundation of the house
Yes.
of the Lord of hosts was laid, that the
So next
temple
time,
might
be
be
good.
built. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor any hire for beast.